Alrighty, folks. Good evening. Hello, and welcome to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our duplicitous players this evening.
That's us.
Hello.
I don't know what that
Good
word means.
call.
That scares me.
Something fun.
It's a fun word. That's all that really matters. And if you're into fun words, well, you'll love fun maps. And if you love fun maps, go check out the fun maps over at the Patreon. Patreon.com/DungeonMister. All the battle maps you need. And more? Yeah, released every Friday. Go check it out. But we're not here to discuss maps. Although you'll maybe see some. We're here to talk about the dungeons, or dragons, or demons, or devils, or perhaps lack thereof now. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, last time, our troop spent some time at the bazaar. One of the best shopping areas, if not the best shopping area, in all of the Underdark and Menzoberranzan. At least a more pleasing shopping experience than any other place in the Underdark for those welcomed here, which you all were. Spending nearly every single freaking copper you had. I think you ended up with like 100 or so gold left, but even then you probably would have spent it should you have found anything worth spending it on. This took the better part of the rest of your afternoon, but you did not want to leave the evening alone before a promised meeting with the matron mother, Quinthil Banray. And going to House Banray was intimidating at first. Beautiful spires of silver and silver webbing. Plenty of armed guards watching your every move. You were brought to the throne room, where it would appear that just you and the matron mother were. Now, things were off to a little bit of a rocky start in this meeting, as maybe unknown to some of you, but it would seem Casmus floated in for a brief moment and bowed, not of his own volition, and then tried to walk and not bow again, and was forced to bow, while everyone else bowed of their own volition. In respect. The conversation was had. You told the matron mother about the tomb, the grimoire of the archmage who is missing, Gromf Banray. You also told her of your exploits within Sorcerer, along with your somewhat travels and experience with killing some demons. Things were going okay. In fact, she seemed alright with allowing you to leave with the grimoire and taking it far away from the city, as if to get rid of any evidence that anyone in her family had anything to do with this incident. summoning, or anything having to do with the incursion of demons into Menzo Berenzin, and in fact tried to enforce a binding spell upon each of you to not breathe a single word about this other than those already privy to it. Unfortunately, only one of you resisted. The one who resisted was Casmus. And Casmus, given plenty of opportunities to submit to the matron mother, the chosen of Loth, not giving it a second thought, barely even moving. A flash of green was all that was seen as Casmus was turned into a pile of ash and dust. All that he was is no more. Matron Mother didn't pause for this either. Continued the meeting. Allowed you to gather up Casmus's ashes. And made certain that you would take the book far away. Once the meeting was concluded, those of you that lived to tell the tale, although not actually tell the tale, went to go meet with Jarlax Solbaenre and speak with him on this, because he already knew the situation. Telling him of all the exploits and all that happened. You survived and caused for at least a little bit of a celebration. A celebration of life. You have the grimoire. Minor success, if nothing else. But I believe he went out to go get some green beans that evening. He definitely had a thing for green beans almondine and a bottle of wine. Settling things over. Probably discuss things into the night and whatever passes for night here. It's easy to tell because of Narvandel, the clock, though the pillar that passes for a clock. But you all would get a long rest, as Jarlaxle would wish you safe travels before he leaves you to rest in the evening. And that's where we'll pick up.
So, rested next morning.
Yes.
Are we leaving?
Yeah.
Are we leaving? Okay.
Ooh, Staff of Charming. Brand new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's fancy.
Toys.
As there would be some Bragendarth around in the warehouse. Leaving the city wouldn't be any trouble for you. It is just the four of you. The Bragendarth that are here in the city must remain here. But find your way to the same gate in which you left. Zack, it would seem, is going with you this time. You still have the gemstone which holds Callan's stone song within it. And the couple of vials of Asmus's ashes. But is there anything you guys wanted to do before you leave the city? Like,
Did Jarlaxle have any parting words for us? Any words of warning? Any knowledge to impart upon us before we left?
he probably would have reiterated the same things that he had said before. Don't trust our full mages, and don't bring the danger to Menzo Berenzon. Same things he had said before.
Everybody keeps reiterating not to bring the danger here.
Well, he said that a couple of
Kind of
times.
makes you want to, doesn't it?
Well, it kind of makes me worried that Vizarin's going to be like, so for this to go off without a hitch, we have to do it in the center of Menzo.
Mm-hmm. I kind of gathered the same thing.
We weren't. She didn't like put the gas balance to try and keep everything away from Menzo. It's just for the not talking.
Yeah.
We're just people telling us.
It was
Please don't.
mostly
But
talking about the
making us.
Gromp being involved.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. Gromp being involved in the summoning or whatever. The conspiracy that anyone from her family could be involved in summoning a powerful demon of the sort. That's pretty much it.
Right. My
So
point
she's
being that there's no magical restriction on us keeping it out of Menzo. Just that we've been urged by other people in this.
Yeah, just don't talk about it.
That's
So she's
I don't
cool
care
if we
what you
have
do.
the Demon Lord UFC bout in Menzo.
Yeah, she didn't say
She doesn't
anything
give a
about that. Yeah, she.
All right, cool. All right.
I
It's just
don't
Jarlaxle.
think she ever said, like, she did say don't. She said she just take it far away. Get it out of here. Dispose of the evidence, essentially. Not that you can dispose of it, but
So we have everything we need at this point?
we're not going shopping again.
No, shut up. I'm talking about the special items we were on a quest for.
I think
Have
it's done.
Grump's Notes and Grimoire. Vessel for channeling great power. That was the purple worm egg, but we replaced
Got a
that.
dragon instead.
Yeah. Central Eye of the Beholder.
Stock. Oh, not stock. It's the other central eye.
He's replacing
We
that
have one?
himself with a
Gem.
his
And a
control stone
Okay.
from a slab.
The 6 feathers from 6 different angels. We had that. That was taken care of.
You have it still on your person.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Tamasks. 13 of those. We got that.
We're just gonna go ahead and assume that wasn't in Casmus's bag.
No, I think
There's-
Fungi had it.
There's one thing that
Stuffed them all
was in the
his
bag.
pocket.
I think literally anyone else had it because we're not going back there to get.
Yeah.
feathers.
Any of the story important things, Casmus did not have. Absolutely.
Or they have plot armor.
Yeah.
They weren't destroyed somehow.
Right, there you go. Plot armor.
I agree with that.
Casmus turned to ashes and dropped 6 feathers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They dropped the
We
bag.
looted the.
They
ashes.
were they were already stone, so you can't disintegrate stone or
There you
whatever.
go. All
I
right.
don't know.
We retconned
And the only
it for
thing that
everyone
was
who
left the
cares.
bag is the heart. The Garista, like the heart. So he probably dropped the bag as he
Oh,
went to steal.
so the Garisto heart would now be somehow transferred to Weller's bag.
There we
Great.
go.
Got it. All right, so that's everything, I think. So we're going to find Vizarin.
Yeah, back to the tower for the first time.
Had we talked about returning to Mantle last
Yes.
time?
Yeah, we had talked about going to Mantle Dareth to meet with the Society of Brilliance.
Like 7 sessions ago, you talked to Sloobadoop. He said he was going to gather the rest of the society there.
That's right. That's it's just 7 sessions. I don't know why I don't remember.
Well,
It might have been 6. I really don't know.
So we want to meet up with the SoBs, and we didn't include them on the list of who we have told things to, so we can't now tell them things.
Right.
So
Probably better just to go to Vizarin.
I was gonna say, do we still go there and just refuse to answer any questions, or
no?
So you just can't tell them about Gromp and the Grimoire
involvement? Okay,
Right.
That's it.
okay. And I don't remember what we had already told them, to be honest. So
We told them about we're going to look for a book, but they don't know what book.
okay,
Right.
so we just show up and be like, "Hey, we found the book."
Yeah.
Don't ask.
Sloopadoop is the one who knew about it. Yeah.
I mean, I can send him a message, right? And use a sending.
You've never met them.
Yeah, we did. We met. Oh,
Zach's never met
I
them.
can't.
Mm-mm.
Does anyone else have sending?
I have sending.
What do you want to tell them?
Meet at Vizarin's tower instead, or something?
Change of
I mean,
plans.
don't know.
Narratively, we don't have a reason.
Mantle
to really come back
Dareth
and
is
talk
on
to
the
you.
way. Like it's a straight line.
All right, fine.
Like I don't.
There's always a straight shot. I don't know. In character, Zach's like, okay.
Uh-huh.
It's not that like a
I think
6-day travel to Mantle Dareth.
that's fine. I think I was just trying to remember what we were going to meet with the SoBs.
We're going to see the SOBs, yeah.
You're just gonna tell them
Sorry,
everything that's been
don't know who
going
we're
on.
talking about.
Yeah, Zach never met them.
Well,
Yeah, Zach's
It was Callan that wanted to bring them all together.
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe they can they get Callan out? Because I'm just trying to see, like, okay, we could do. What is the actual benefit to us as a group to doing it?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. If we just go straight to Zarin, or if we go talk to the SoBs.
Unless we think they can provide us with something.
I mean, listen, I'm always good with a trip to Mantle Dareth for me to see my old friend.
He is there.
I do need to bring him news that our chief negotiator has passed, unfortunately. All right, let's go to Mantle Dareth. Let's just go. We'll check in with the SOBs. It's on the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
It's just the 4 of you. Leaving Menzoberland and what is the travel like? What is your go-to positioning?
So Spotify playlist.
What was that?
I'd be scouting.
Okay. Zach is
'cause
scouting.
yeah, I definitely would be scouting ahead.
Probably in the middle. Probably in the middle somewhere.
As opposed between Fungi and Weller.
Yes.
Fungi,
I can bring
Weller.
up the rear.
Fungi is in the rear. Fair enough.
I'm in the front, behind Zach, because it's the only position left, obviously.
We could be.
Yeah. I'm pretty far ahead. I
Yeah.
stay out of any light
Yeah.
or.
They don't really need light.
Yeah, okay, that makes it easy.
I mean, everyone's a drow except for Fungi, and Fungi he's got goggles on.
Have we already decided that Casimus is too far gone?
Why? Can you summon him?
Summon who?
Hmm.
It's a devil you had under your control.
No, I did not summon him, and he wasn't under my control. Zach.
Isn't that a thing wizards do? They bind demons and devils to their power.
No, at least not.
Well, I mean, they do. It's just that he wasn't.
He was a real person.
He was a real boy.
Yes.
Real boy.
And he was just a tiefling with wings.
Mm-hmm. He had gone through his metamorphosis. He was becoming a butterfly.
He was going to be so beautiful.
So
We've
now
got-
that he's passed, could you summon him from the hells?
I can't summon him.
We didn't summon him to begin with. That's not how any of this worked.
No.
Okay.
But we can't raise him from
It's
his
beyond me,
ashes, right?
Right. It's not a simple spell.
I just assumed you knew you were super powerful and summoned him the first time.
I did not summon him, Zach.
Is it something worth talking to Vizarin about, or should we look for a proper burial site along the way?
I'm pretty sure the only thing that will work is a high-level spell.
All right.
Okay.
We'll hold on to the ashes. They don't take up too much room. We'll talk to Vizarin when we get there.
Yeah.
Zach, you're scouting ahead during most of this time. Go ahead and roll me a D. Sorry. D10. Oh, that's a number.
As a number.
On your way. There's a passage that wasn't open last time. Eerie sort of cavern that's kind of cracked open like a geode. And just along the passage that you've normally taken to Manteldareth. Perhaps split open between the passage. You have to cross anyways. This cavern is littered with countless bones of various creatures. A veritable graveyard. There is no clear, passage that anything has walked through here, at least inherently. It's not gigantic, but it is big enough that it would be... it's like a geode littered with bones. It'd probably be about 30 feet around. Some bones are jutting into the walls. Dozens, maybe hundreds of creatures.
I'll move back close enough to let the party know telepathically. There's a geode split open, spilling bones. Looks like a graveyard inside a geode.
Or boneyard.
Don't that could just keep falling out and out and out?
Yes, but goes, wow.
That seems unnatural.
Yes.
Like, where do they just keep getting more and more bones?
It's bones all the way down.
Bones.
I think we should avoid it.
It is along the path, so if you wanted to avoid it, you would to backtrack. It might cost you a day, maybe 2 or more.
Zach, I know you haven't been with us for very long in this iteration of being with us. But if you want us to avoid things, you we'll have to learn to make it sound less cool.
Okay. Understood.
Why would a
Aw, I
geode
have
be
to look
spewing
at it.
bones?
Yeah.
Is this anything Yesabo or I would have heard about or be familiar with being from down here? Is this like a natural recurring phenomenon? Geodes.
I wouldn't say it's a natural occurring phenomenon. No. I would say one person your call who could roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, we know who that's going to be.
Right?
I would almost dare say religion, but Arcana kind of fits.
Coming.
Shit.
With the 23, it definitely doesn't belong. At least, unless you see it, it doesn't belong down here. Without further inspection, it just sounds like a boneyard. Creatures kill things all the time down here. Who knows? Maybe whatever ate and destroyed all the creatures broke out. That wouldn't be too uncommon, but at the same time, Zach said dozens or 100, so maybe something supernatural is at play here. With what you've seen, that would stand to reason. There is one particular demon lord who is keen about undead. Orcus. Maybe it has something to do with him, or bearing his mark, but who knows?
Could be an animal, could be Orcus.
It's a pretty wide variable. So pretty much anything, right?
No, just those two things.
Wild animal or Orcus. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So she starts sneaking towards the cavern.
Yeah.
Yep, right over this way.
You kind of sneak up and get a peek of the cavern. Yeah, it's, like I said, about 35 feet long, 35 feet wide, kind of almost not quite perfectly spherical. Definitely jagged, and bones are just kind of piercing out from the walls, lining the ceiling. Mostly, definitely, gravity has taken its toll here, and they're spilling, a big mound in the center. Just kind of like Scrooge McDuck's vault, but bones. Clean. No blood.
Well, there doesn't look like there's a quiet way through here. Zach, what do you think?
They send in the big guys first. And follow behind.
Okay. Weller, fungi, you want to go through or go back?
I said that telepathically.
I know, I go back. I whisper to you, and then I take like 10, 15 feet back, and I'm like, hey,
If we go through and it's Orcus, does it behoove us to have a confrontation now versus sticking with the plan?
And when I will say, when I said Orcus, I don't mean like Orcus is here right now. I more mean like it could be Orcus's doing. Like it would stand to reason like signs of Orcus, like just that he deals in undead and deals with death. That's all.
Right, so it could be Orcus. I don't know what's in there.
So you're saying he's here?
Is he someone we can beat up?
I don't know, because he can make all these bones come alive.
I can do that too.
That's true, Mr. Bones.
Yeah, I could follow Mr. Bones. I mean, I could get like one or two of them. How many can he call?
Hot bone-on-bone action.
Probably all the bones.
Oh, that's a lot
It's
more.
all
Bones.
That's a lot more than 2. All is more than 2. I know that much.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's just push through.
Okay, let's go. Don't
Whatever
lose
happens,
time.
happens.
Okay.
I'm going to activate my boots of flying so I'm not touching the ground here
Absolutely.
or anything.
Can I ask you a narrative question? And I think maybe this came up a few sessions ago, but just as a refresher, compared to our original timeline, where are we in that timeline? How in line are we from when we would have teleported? Are we still like, oh yeah, you're still like probably a month away from when that would have happened, or
so
you're about
you
the same
guys
time?
would probably be about topside at this point, or on your way topside
Okay.
in your original timeline.
Still ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
So Zach activates his boots of flying, so he's not touching anything. The rest of you trudge forward, or what?
Is there walls to walk on for
There
me,
are
or is it all
walls
just
to walk
get
on.
twisted?
They are covered in bones, jutting out like spikes, or even some of the spikes there, you see a skull hanging on one. Things like that. A femur, not all of them are spiky. Might be like a toe bone. Things like that.
Do we want to not try and touch the ground? See y'all flipping and flopping.
I've taken 2 steps onto the wall going, oh, there's just more bones.
Can fly and carry one person. I think we established giant bat can carry one, right? I don't know if Yez or Weller has a way of flying on their own.
I mean, it depends on how you define flying,
Ball with style.
Fly.
What Zach's doing right now, flying.
I'm not so good at the lateral movements. Verticality, I've got locked down.
Oh wait, how long does levitate last for?
10 minutes?
I have levitate.
No, he's got. Yeah, you both have it.
Mhm.
So if we want to avoid, if that's the thing we want to avoid, then I giant bat, Yaz on my back. Weller, you levitate, and we just pull you along while you're levitating. Right?
Actually, I only
That
have
works,
Great
doesn't it?
Power and Darkness. I do not have levitate.
I can be pulled.
Yeah, levitate is a higher level, but Weller has it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wild shape into a giant bat.
Okay.
I can carry Yes, and we can kind of just take the rope, and
Drag
Weller can go pulling like he's. I
water skiing.
was going to say Kit from Tailspin.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so Zach's fine. Fun guys, fun shaping. Yes, what are you doing?
She's gonna
Right.
ride Fungi. He's a giant bat.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
bat. So I will
Giant sized.
be carried.
Large.
Okay. I was just because I was thinking you had a flying disc that we've put 2 people on before,
That's also true.
but I guess if you
It
the
follows
only
me. I have to.
It would be on
Can
the
you
ground,
carry-
kind of just barely.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tow the sensor's floating disc.
Well, the only thing I was thinking was I typically reserve my levitate for, hey, that person's falling. Let's not have them fall to their death. But Yes has got hers, so as long as we're cognizant of, I'm
So towing
minded for the day.
would be more like the cloud kicker.
I don't have levitate
Oh shit!
Why do you not
I don't
have
have it anymore.
it? Does?
because I'm not a strong drow like Weller.
Oh, thank you.
I thought all
He's,
these guys.
he's pure blood.
Thanks.
Wow.
Oh boy. So Fungi's turning into a bat. Zach is activating his winged boots. Yesbo is going to be
Embrace
riding
the-
Fungi. And Weller is going to be activating levitate upon himself.
Seems
Levitating.
that way. It
He's
seems that way.
All right. As
I'm
you
staying about 30 feet away from that group.
Sure. Well, I mean, are you going first or behind? The
I'll go
cave. The
behind.
cave's only 30 feet wide. Like, it's not huge. It's not a massive cavern. It's a geode like 30 feet around.
Okay, I won't be that far behind. Then.
It's like
Son of a bitch.
it's not this impossibly massive chasm to go
bow.
across. It's just like a point of interest. But yeah, as you fly across together, you would see a small red glow beneath in the bones, ever so lightly. Light chitter from within. One skull stands out as a bony fist raises its hand, raises its bone, raises its fist. Bony fist raises above outstretched arm. And you just hear, with shaky breath, "You dang kids and your flying antics!" Coming from the skeleton below. As he shakes his fist at you.
I'm just gonna keep flying at that. That's enough for me. Okay.
Passing through.
Get out of my cave!
This is a throwback to the old Monday Tuesday night game. Is that Parsnip's husband?
Probably. The onion.
It's Onion.
Oh, onion in all of us.
He lives.
As yeah, it was just a old skeleton's home. At least it seems that way. But you guys passed without issue. Nothing untoward is going to chase you out of there. You can probably hear the old skeleton yelling at you from afar after you leave the cavern. A good bit afterwards. Hear curses and other profanities yelled at you. That old-timey stuff, you know. Whippersnappers and I don't know.
How long can you stay in bat form?
4.
I think
No, it's like 3, 4.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah. Half your druid level, rounded down.
That definitely speeds up movement, but there's no way to keep.
Well, I can only carry Weller like this for as long as
Yeah, like 10 minutes. And also, well, if you
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
banging into like
Trying-
every wall, it goes
It
back
does.
into like tunnel form after this. Like it's back to the path as normal, the caves you expect to Mantle Dareth.
Just out of curiosity, if we have to ever do this again, would it have been strong enough to, if I had like Gez on my back and I was carrying Weller like with feet?
What's a giant
Like
back?
what a bat has feet.
It would probably slow you down, for sure. But
But-
yeah, you could just use your feet to pull Weller, or Weller could just like honestly just grab onto like one of your feet or whatever. I don't know. Grab onto your. They got little tails, but you grab onto your little baby bat tail. I know almost have tails.
Bat tails, woo.
That's perfect.
Yeah. But as you traverse on, it would seem that's the only real oddity that you find along your path to Mantle Dareth. Nothing else really comes off as odd. There would be the drow outpost that would hand wave you on, as 3 out of 4 of you are drow, so they wouldn't really ask you many questions. If anything, they would just give you a look. And that's it. You might see 1 or 2 of them actually this time, as opposed to them just hiding from you, or doing a call or whatever. They might actually greet you, but they wouldn't. They're not here to make chit chat. But after several days of travel, you would arrive back at the trade town. Sneaky, sneaky trade town of Mantle Dareth, where it would seem trade is still happening. Not terribly different than when you left it. The Zentarum still doing business. The Drow Enclave still doing business. The Gnomes seem to be doing quite well. The Dark Dwarves are getting along with everyone a little bit more. And it's just a little bit more every time you see them, it would seem. Perhaps that's all part of the business strategy. But you guys really know what's going on there.
Or did we just introduce them to, like, customer service?
Perhaps.
Introduce them to the power of friendship.
The power of friendship.
That's all right.
But you would notice amongst one of the smaller markets within, it would stand out because they're the only ones that would be standing in like matching robes, be kind of like darker blue robes with silver lining. You've probably seen 1 or 2 of them in the actual robes, but sometimes they don't always wear them when they're out and about. But it seems like a formal occasion, so they are all wearing them. But they still don't match because they're very different people. Especially when they're standing together, you really see the differences between them. A large, broad-shouldered, tall, but squat because he doesn't really have much of a neck. A blue Orog, who a couple of you have met long ago. And that was Blurg. A very small, quizzically looking Darrow, who has his robe on backwards.
Checks out.
And then there would be, probably the most curious of all would be the troglodyte. Semi-salamander looking folk who's probably looking most quizzically at the surroundings. You all have met Sloopadoop most recently, the Kuotoa fish folk, which fish folk aren't too, they're uncommon here in Mantle Dareth, but they would be hard to deal with more often than not. And of course, Grazilax, the Mind Flare. Mind Flares are also an uncommon sight in Mantle Dareth, but never seen. Grazilax is given a very wide berth by all, so they would also stick out because no one is near them, because there's a Mind Flare in the middle of the town. Though, none have given them question to attack. So it would seem, at least, they've been given a pass, or perhaps they got in unknown to them. Regardless, you do see them. They would stick out like sore thumbs, just because they're weirdos. There would be also a more squat figure with them as well. Stout figure.
Yes, is that who we're supposed to meet?
Yes, squints her eyes. Yep, that's them.
Who usually does your talking? I assume you.
I'm not great at talking, but I can. I mean, I will. I do a lot of talking. It just doesn't go very well.
And I will go ahead and walk over to Graslax.
Yeah, like I said, they're all just kind of standing there. They appear to just kind of occasionally be looking at each other and nodding, and looking at each other and then nodding, as if they're having a little private conversation, like without words, kind of thing. And then probably nearby would be oh, we'll get to them in a moment. Yes, Graslax would be there. How do you approach him? What do you say? What do you do?
Oh, I'll greet him by name. And
His tentacles would be the first thing to turn towards you, as his head follows, and then by his body. Oh, you must be... And he pauses for a moment. His eyes close. And all this is in your head as well. He's not actually speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yezebo.
And I'll nod.
We have met. In a fashion.
Yes.
And you have friends. I've met a couple.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't there with you then either. But that is not why we are here. And he'll kind of turn towards the others and kind of gesture. And, these are the founding members of the Society of Brilliance, and if I may introduce them, you may know some. I believe Sloopadoop had already been encountered by your comrades along the Dark Lake.
She'll nod.
Sloopadoop kind of smiles and waves with this little cheesy fish face.
She'll wave back.
And then next to him is perhaps our most studious, Skris. And Skris would be the skinny, lithe troglodyte. And very, I want to say, he'd be pale, but very, like, contemplative, objective, judging eyes. He would actually look towards each of you. He will approach Yezebo. It is a pleasure to meet you. And companions, I have heard you killed demons.
Killed is a strong word.
Destroyed, sent back to the abyss.
Yeah.
Yes, killed is a strong word for demons. And you have a plan. That's what Sloopadoop has told us.
We do have a plan.
I was told you have a winged devil amongst you.
Oh, we did. He unfortunately didn't make it.
No. It is a shame. He looks towards each of you. It is good to meet each of you as well. I am Skris.
I'm Zach and Jordan Skris. It's nice to meet you.
Ah,
Weller.
Fun guy.
I bet you are.
Says that.
Now there's more to talk about than introductions. Oh, Blurg was just discussing about the prospects of utilizing the Fairzes. And the blue Orog would step forward. Yes, I've encountered different abominations producing multiple heads. I've had to chop several off. Yet, the Fairzes may be able to be controlled. Oh. Perhaps it needs more circumstances. I am Blurg. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Weller, fun guy, Zach. Yezebo. And this guy is tower, like 7 feet tall. Even though he has no neck, like he's squat. But he's got a little tuft of hair, very pointy kind of head. I think
It's good
there's
to meet
art
you.
for him.
Blurg, if I could ask, the creatures you say that you've met that have been affected by the Fairzes that have multiple
Yes.
heads, have they been feral in nature?
Yes, almost as if they've been driven mad by having another head. A second voice seems to be driving them mad. It
We
certainly
too
would
have
drive
encountered
us mad.
creatures that way, seemingly afflicted in the same way. Stone giants, I believe.
Yes, giant can seem to be the most easily afflicted. I have encountered ogres and A couple of giants, so I have not taken down giants myself. It would be foolhardy. No, so it would seem it has something to do with the Demogorgon's influence and multiple heads.
And you say that you believe there's a way you can harness the Pharistus?
There's always a way to harness the Pharistus, but it is still unpredictable. Yet, I have been working on some experiments. Nothing quite yet, but it would need some more field work. Why, however, is, why?
Because
And
we'd be
the
interested in
Darrow would kind of, first kind of step backward. Why am I? And he kind of raises his hand.
No.
Don't know, friend.
Greetings,
Why are
why?
you?
I am why.
Oh. Well met, why?
Met as well. They do have.
Yes.
You guys never actually got to meet why.
Mm-mm.
You guys saw him for a brief moment. Their zest is troubling and more to it than everything that is complex. Magic works demonic in nature. Yet seeing through, we have only seen some. Yet much of you.
You've seen much of us, or we've seen much of... Huh?
In a way, of some.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of nods along a little bit. And he points to you.
And Weller immediately points to Fun Guy.
And he'll point to Fungi too.
I feel like you two are going to be good friends.
Friends I've had, okay.
Okay.
Kale? Kind of just waves his hand. Plan as you have. And kind of looks over to Yezebo.
Yep.
And then
plan.
he'll kind of walk over and kind of yank on your robe. I planned you.
Yeah. Plan me have. Yes. Why are you pulling on my robe?
Tell.
Tell plan?
Oh, no, sorry. There is a so little... friend. A friend. You're a dwarf.
Oh. I'll pull out the ruby.
Dwarf
See
is
here.
shiny?
Inside. Look.
Well, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He kind of like turns around, looks to the others. And at which point, Skris would kind of... Ah, that is unfortunate. I do not think his friend will be happy to see that. Abdul? Abdul? I do not know if I am saying that right.
The dwarf would stand up a bit further out and walk. You guys would see about a stout dwarf, about the average height for a dwarf. A little bit shorter than what Kellen was. Graying hair. Oh, yes, Scrush.
Your friend, this other dwarf, is in a gem. Taps on the gem. As Y is also tapping on the gem. As Y says, plan they have. Eh?
And Abdul would look at the gem.
You would see Callan inside of it.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the famous Kellen Stonestone to be in a jam.
He's probably playing his
If it's any
violin.
consolation, I think it was pretty unexpected for him as well.
He's probably playing the world's tiniest violin.
Right. I am not too sure if I can help with getting him out. Perhaps our friend here on the society could probably have more knowledge about how to do that than I do.
Is Abdul wearing robes?
No,
like the
he's
other
wearing
SoBs?
heavy battle armor.
Abdul, it was.
Yes. Abdul Brightaxe.
Strong name. A lot better than Callan Stone Song. Don't tell him I said that.
Do you think he can hear us in there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we know that. I notice you're not wearing the robes of the other members. Are you a part of the
No,
society, or what brings you
No, I am
here?
not a member of the society. I was sent with a expeditionary force from the surface by the Brigandard and Bruno Battlehammer. Help you guys. The rest is in gathering in Blinkenstone. I came down here with the society to link up.
We brought him.
All right. Well, reinforcements are good. That should give us a tactical advantage.
Brenner send help.
He did.
As
Zach's like, yeah. I just won 50 gold.
Grazlex will kind of speak in everyone's mind. But there was talk of a plan. A plan to dispose and rid of these demons. There was talk that your troop might know of a way. Sloopadoop mentioned you sought a book of many minds, or some such in Menzo Baranzin. A final piece to a puzzle.
Are you familiar with such book?
Of many minds. It would sound like something my kind would call something else. Yet not of my kind. I do not abide by their rules. I do not abide by their laws. Or thoughts. He said you were after a grimoire. And then he kind of looks to Yezebo, and then looks to Weller, and then looks to Fungi. We have met before. In a way. His head kind of cocks. You were there one of the times. In the library. I do not believe you have aims to go back.
No.
Just planning on it.
In some ways, we might still be there.
I am there several times over. So yes, I do know about this grimoire.
Well, sufficient to say, we have acquired the items needed that we were tasked with.
Whom were you tasked with? By?
Weller shoots a glance over at Yezebo.
I have only fragments of that memory.
Isabel nods and she's like, is there anywhere we could talk that's not in the middle of the square?
As you, well, it's all kind of like semi-cavern-like, so it's not like in the middle, like it's not really square-like. It's not town-like. Everyone does have their kind of like own little places, so you would probably be in like one of this like side market kind of things. But everyone is giving you like a wide berth, but those around probably are looking pretty well. But if you wanted somewhere private, you would have to essentially go in someone's dormitory, and then it wouldn't be private to that faction. But right now you are... No one's... And people are eavesdropping, but no one like really knows what you're talking about either. They're also only getting half the conversation.
Okay.
Wait, he can read minds, can he?
Grazlax absolutely can read minds, and he's talking in your head.
So could I just think of Vizarin's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'll do too.
Yeah, focus on that as an answer to his question.
I do not know this Vizarin. Is he trusted? And what is his plan?
She'll think of his plan and all the ingredients and anything else that he's told Yezebo.
He will reiterate all the things. So his plan is to create a ritual utilizing
Yes.
the very magic which brought them about. Intriguing.
In answer to your first question, no, he's not to be trusted. But, and Weller's obviously thinking all this, we do believe it's a means to an end.
How can we assist as the Society of Brilliance?
You guys don't have a full army by any chance, do you? Like an army of brilliant people? Just wanted to check on that option.
How big is the society?
You got a couple million?
Yeah, what are the recruitment goals?
Sloop duplicate. We're the founding members. We're not the all. There's a couple more of us. They're off doing other things. I think some of them are in Baldur's Gate, others in underneath it at least, and then there's the one that's I think he went down underneath Icewind Dale. Something. Or is it Neverwinter? I get them confused. One place is cold, one place is kind of almost not cold. It's so confusing.
Well, it was worth asking.
And Blurg. Well, yes, but we do have knowledge of the Underdark and how it works and the machinations within the Farazes and demonhood. So if we can be used in that essence, perhaps.
Maybe help find the best location
For what?
to do the plan. Vizarin's plan.
I do not know the constraints in which kind of looks. Grazlax kind of nods. Yes, we do not know the constraints in which the device will be made, or the makings of it. I believe that will determine the best locale. Cleric will kind of. However, place sufficient with Farazes could work to your advantage. Perhaps their disadvantage. That would be a thought. White kind of scratches his head. Seems kind of pleased with that. I give a big smile.
Well, we are certainly open to any and all suggestions. Anywhere in particular rich with the Farazes that you had in mind?
And Blurgle, I've been all over, yet the Farazes is everywhere. I have not come to a place that has been more suffused than others that I have encountered. Perhaps somewhere where the demons themselves have manifested more. Perhaps the demon lords have. That might be a starting point. They seem almost drawn to it. The chaos of it.
Well, we do know, yes, the Demogorgon rose from the Dark Lake and attacked Slipidolop.
Could be an option. Don't know if that serves as a good vantage point. Where else have you encountered these demons or demon lords? I think we heard of, and then crystals say, yes, Sloopadoop mentioned that you defeated a particular demon lord. The one of rot in a garden.
Zuckmoy.
That could be sufficient.
Yeah, but I don't know how large this battle of demons would be, and Light Grove was spared after our intervention.
Yes. The Myconids. A small sacrifice for the greater good.
Depends on if you're asking them.
Grazlax will nod at that. That is a fair point. Myconids have probably suffered enough. Yet, this does raise concerns. Probably anywhere the demons have merged would be...
Slipperlop was pretty ransacked when we witnessed it originally. I don't know how it's fared this time.
Did he emerge there, or was he passing by?
I think he was passing by. I think he emerged in the Dark Lake, and it was along his way.
Dark Lake itself might be part of it.
The Dark Lake, now that Weller is remembering, what
Or
was
adjacent.
creature that we had to pay the toll, that
The dragon turtle.
Yeah.
the dragon turtle that was afflicted?
Yes.
That did seem pretty rich in the Fairsus. There were crystals around, if I'm remembering correctly.
Nicodemus. No, not... What is Nicodemus? Make me open up the wrong thing. Like, what is that? Oh. The Dark Lake is also vast. It wouldn't really be a good battleground. Why, I will kind of... Battleground, if... is what we're looking for. If... they intend to? Are you fight? Or they? Or all?
They. And then probably us,
Ah,
preferably in that order.
kind of look to each other. Blurg will just kind of... So there will be a rampage of demons. Demon lords, regardless. And then more. So wherever it goes, there will be desolation to some degree. Depends on where the desolation happens and where the Fairsus is strong. That would be my 2 cents. We cannot make that choice for you. You seem to have better knowledge than we do on where might be appropriate for the Fairsus itself, since you've encountered these more. You did mention stone giants 2 heads earlier. Has the enclave in Bracklestug been affected? None of us has had a chance to get down there. Not that we would be welcomed. Well, I might be able to.
We encountered them in this timeline.
Mhm.
And I think I specifically asked about if they had been afflicted.
They said a couple of them had, yeah.
So, yeah, Weller would respond as such. Yes, it seems like they have been afflicted.
Would seem any society touching the Dark Lake is ripe for. Kind of looks around as they all kind of start looking around for a moment. Grazlax, what about? I hate to ask. Here. Mental death. Was there any infection of demons here?
Yeah, one in particular.
That doesn't seem too tragic. Hmm. Well. I'll leave that up to you. And should we be able to help, we will. Let us know, whatever you decide. If we can help in this decision. We will not choose for you, though. As I said, you have more experience than we do in this. Almost 2 lifetimes.
You don't know how right you are.
Grazlax just like looks you dead in the eye. Like lazily.
I don't know if I've ever had one look me dead in the eye lazily.
Like just a does a couple of blinks like really?
Really, dude.
Really? Really? Like I'll never know.
All right, Graz, I wasn't talking to you specifically.
Yeah, that's why he's the only one that's looking.
I'm gonna telepathically ask Grazalix, how did they get in the city?
We teleported.
Can you teleport us?
Unfortunately, our capabilities are dwindled for a time. And they are limited at best. We can only teleport to each other. We are all here.
That makes sense.
They are all here.
Right. Perhaps one of you should accompany us to this tower.
I suppose Blurg Perhaps. Let's say Zach, give me a persuasion check with that.
Oh, jeez.
You're sitting here making a suggestion.
It is not a good one.
Hey. Blur will be like, this tower of this wizard that none of us know. This doesn't sound ominous or promising. Perhaps it's best we meet in Blingdenstone?
I don't even know where the tower is. How far away is it from Blending Stone?
About 15 days. 10, 15?
Based on what would I be able to deduce that Vizerin probably has a quick way into the city, which would probably mean it's faster to set up the ritual in Menzo Baranzan.
He does have a way into the city. Not quick. But he does have a secret way into the city, yeah. You wouldn't know that, but I would say he does have a way.
Okay.
No one, Yezebo, Weller, and Fungi know that. He did say he has a way into the city. But it is a 40-day travel directly to the city. Yes, there is, as we are told, expeditionary forces as well as more in Blingdenstone. They are ready to assist, however necessary.
You just have to send a word and they can be wherever they need to be.
I guess we won't know the full answer until we talk to Vizerin.
That is true. You can always send a sending, assuming your wizard looks to Yezebo, knows such spells.
Yes.
Very good. Send word. Blingdenstone is as we are told, the closest space to the Dark Lake that is mutual. Unless, of course, here is best. We'll leave that up to you. Wherever you would like us to meet. This tower seems far-flung and perhaps dangerous.
I assume both. I'm just speaking telepathically the whole time with him. All right.
Essentially, where do you guys want to meet them after this, so they can further assist you?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. I mean, Blending Zone sounds great. They sent a representative already.
I think it depends on where we need to have this ritual, or where we decide to have the ritual, depending on what Vizerin says. So sending a message through sending is probably best. I would say that they could hang out in Blingdenstone.
Blingdenstone is quick, force. So like Blur can be in Blingdenstone, so you can. The rest of them will wait in Mantle Dareth, something like that.
That'll work.
Okay. That's also why I thought one should join us, because then they could teleport there.
Yeah, I know. And so I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Persuasion.
But sadly.
But they
Oh wait,
still
I have
wanna.
inspiration. Can I re-roll that? Is it too late?
It's way too late for that.
I can't believe I forgot I have inspiration. I never have it. It's like the first time. Okay.
But Blurg will accompany you to Blingdenstone, essentially.
Which is on the way.
It is on the way.
Perfect.
Would you like me to show you the map again?
Yeah, but I don't know why I thought it is on the way. Yep.
It's,
We're there.
it's
We'll go there and there.
that's Blingdenstone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the tower.
That's perfect. I think we're heading to Blendingstone.
Yeah, I think I remember it being on the way.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a day out of the way, something like that. Barely. Fair enough.
Before they go, Abdul would ask directly to the society if anyone can help them free Callan from the job. If any of them know how to do that.
Grazlax would look you directly. This would take higher magic of the caliber that we cannot quite cast, though we are capable. Sloopadoop is almost there. I myself am on the cusp, yet not quite. We are a little bit. We are still learning.
We know that.
It would take the skills of a studious and expert magician or cleric. You'd
The
have to
Vizarin as well.
cast a spell magic of 9th level.
I mean, if you guys need the practice, I don't think Callan would mind.
Now, we do not have the practice of it.
No.
We're not practiced enough. Perhaps their
and
wizard friend
tell-
might be the best way. What do
I
we tell
think
you?
so. Yeah, I think Vizarin's our best bet.
Seems like there is a lot all coming down to Vizarin.
I hope he's as trustworthy as you guys seem to make him.
Wait a minute. Where'd you get that from?
Mm,
I don't think any of us say that we necessarily trust Vizarin. He's just the one person we have encountered that has offered us a resolution to the affliction down here. I think
That
we're
makes sense.
all, Weller like looks around, going like one by one, skipping over Zach. It's like I think we're all kind of. So I guess I'd look at Fun Guy and Yesmo. I think we're all of the same mind that he's not trustworthy. He has his own motives that we've yet to discover yet. Would that be fair, team?
100% agree.
I think he's just been the nicest person we've met.
Oh, he's
I'm
so.
not quite yet.
All right. I don't know what I expected.
Hmm. The Society of Brilliance would happily talk things over with you for a little bit longer, perhaps as you rest there at Mental Dareth for the evening, and maybe Abdul catch you up on the happenings of the numbers of people that are in Blingdenstone and the other folks that are awaiting orders, essentially. As you did leave a whole company swath of people there just preparing for something. So there's a veritable army in Blingdenstone just waiting, itching for something to happen, ready for the war to come. But as we're all preparing for that war, we're gonna go take our little 5-10 minute break because we've got a journey ahead of us. Mantle Dareth, it's just a pit stop. Before the pit stop, we still have Blingdenstone to go. But that'll just be another pit stop.
On the road again.
Yeah. So, stay tuned, folks. Stick around. We'll be back. See you in a few.
See you shortly.
Toodles.
Alrighty, folks. We're back. Last we left off, our troop arrived at Mantle Dareth, met up with the SoBs, the Society of Brilliance, and filled them in on the semblance of a plan to perform some sort of ritual. Still unsure of the locale where this was going to take place. But also met up with a potential friend of Alan Stonesong's, one Abdul, another dwarf that was sent by Brunner Battlehammer, thanks to the Bragendareth that Jezebel left, and among the gnomes. So long, that was like a while ago, when you guys left all those people in amongst the Suburfneblin a while back. But Abdul has aims to journey with you, especially to make sure that Callan Stonesong is freed from his gemstone prison. But of course, to make sure that the demons are no longer walking the face of this planet. So, that's essentially where we're going to pick back up, but you guys would have spent the better part of the night, evening, afternoon, however you want to chat with the Society of Brilliance and fill them in on what you know, and they'd fill you in on what they know, although you know pretty much everything that they know already. Blurg would kind of tell you, like, he's got some ideas about the Pharisas and how to utilize it, and how you might be able to actually harness it, but he's still unsure about the exactness of it. But he does know that the demons are drawn to it, and sometimes they enhance it. But with all that said and done, is there anything you guys wanted to do while you were in Mantle Dareth? I mean, it's just a pit stop. Would you like to continue on your journey? Blurg is going to travel with you to Blingdenstone before you head off to the tower The Tower of Vengeance? I think that's what the actual name of it is.
He's
Is
so
it actually the
edgy.
Tower of Vengeance?
I think that's
That
I think
would
that's
make
actually its name.
sense.
Vizarin's Tower, Tower of Vengeance.
He's a disgruntled wizard, and he's like, I'm gonna name my tower Tower of
Yeah,
Vengeance."
it's called the Tower of Vengeance. Also, Araj.
Mm,
Okay.
that's what we've referred
Okay.
to it as before. That does sound familiar.
That's what
No, we can continue on as far as Zach's concerned. Unless Ysabeau tells Zach to do anything differently, he's just hanging out.
Fair
Following
enough.
along.
And now with Ebdur along. And Blurg. Blurg's with you too for this little stretch of the journey. But this isn't too terribly far from from Manto Dareth to Blingden Stone. This stretch isn't terribly cumbersome. What I would like from each of you during the stretch of the journey, this path, this serpentine trek, it's the name of the song. What I would like each of you to fill in Abdul on one thing only, that you would recant from your travels. It doesn't have to be anything major. And Abdul, I'd like for you to tell them one thing about yourself. Whatever you would like that to be. Blurg will share something about him in the end. Just something you would share along this. It's about a 6-ish day journey through caverns that you have traveled through many times over.
I guess I'd share with them the one day in Menzo Branson, hunting down illithids, and yeah, hunting down illithids.
Any details there, or you just...
I can't say so much past that, but I would just tell them followed salt to a merchant, and yeah, I'd probably actually ask Blurg about if he knows much about illithid technology.
Yes, they're devious creatures. That's all he would say.
I find him quite helpful.
Raise an eyebrow really high.
But yeah, I'd share with them just that a group was taken over.
We'll tell you what. Blurg will go first. Maybe during the first night of camp. Blurg will tell you a tale about his first encounter with the Pharisess. Maybe over a small campfire. It would have been my first foray into the Underdark before I was as smart as you see now, or I was so brilliant and a member of the society. I did not know my comrades. I had other friends, other Orogs, other orcs. We came below, and then we came across these rocks with strange markings. There was a shaman amongst the orcs. Didn't recognize the marks. Well, he started to write his own marks amongst them. a strange mist started to protrude as he started to cast some sort of incantation. It was some sort of curse, from what I recall. It turned him into a pig. And that's the way he stayed for the rest of his life. Unfortunate how the smell of a pig summons several other vicious predators in the dark. A pack of hookworms was upon us in a matter of moments. He took his magic stick and fled. There was a little path. I saw more of these magical lights shedding the same mist. It didn't seem as frightening as it was when the shaman was touching them and scribing on them. No. That's when I came upon a voice, a singing voice, in the darkness. It might have been days later that I heard this voice, but it was a soft melody, in my own tongue along with others. Turned out the voice belonged to a basilisk. Believe it or not, it spoke. Said I had been awaited by what I knew not. Raises his eyebrow, looks around. I believe some of you already know this legend of Graven Hollow. I spent the better part of I think about a century there. Studied what I could about the Underdark and the Pharaohs. And there are still secrets of the Underdark. And time is where I met the rest of the society. It's where I learned of the impending doom. A threat, at the very least. Well, that is all we were allowed to see. Aside from Grazilax, who claimed he had seen himself. And others. That is all I'll say on that. He kind of treats it like he's telling a ghost story. But it's kind of the story of how Blurg was born into Blurg instead of an idiot. He's intelligent.
Very engaging, Lord. Thank you for sharing.
I figured it was the least I could do. You all are escorting me to Blingdenstone and risking life and limb for the safety of the Underdark and the realm of all living. I believe you are wiser than you all let on. At least wiser than that mustache makes you look.
Fan of the mustache, are you?
Not at all. He kind of points to his tusks. It would get in the way of eating and tangle up in the tusks.
Right. What's the story with the mustache? I gotta ask.
I second that.
Well, it wouldn't get entangled with the tusks. It's real gold.
Blair
You really
looks
want
on.
Yeah, Zach's kind of like, okay.
It was a gift from Garl Glittergold himself. Though,
Do I know who that is?
Give me a
Why
religion
would I
check.
know that? Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's good enough. He's a very common gnomish deity.
Yeah, okay. The gnome god?
indeed. Though, when I knew him,
Okay.
we didn't know him as by his pious name. We knew him as
You got a
Jim
gnome
Jar.
god to bless you.
Yes. As I said, it was a gift. One of our compatriots by the name of Jim Jar. Is Jim Jar in Blinkenstone?
Uh-huh.
You will probably meet him, which might make the story awkward because there's a lot that I'm not going to go into.
So
But
we're to meet a god.
Really? You're
he-
friends? You're friends with a gnomish god?
Listen, he isn't going to confirm that. It's kind of a secret that we share, that we shared. That in and of itself is a long story, and I've been
Is he as
advised not
rich
to
as they
tell
say?
people about it. Garl or Jim Jar?
Yes. Carl.
Well, I didn't really know Garl Glittergold. I knew Jim Jar.
Jim Jar's the god that's blessed you with the golden mustache.
Well, Jim Jar's Jim Jar. At least he appears to be. But Jim Jar in a different time. And again, don't ask me questions. I've been advised by my friends that we shouldn't share that information any longer. Jim Jar died, unfortunately. And very early on in all of our escapades together, some of our escapades together. In fact, before we met Yezbo, before we met Fun Guy, before we met you, Zach, before we met you, Blurg, really the only one that is here in a way is Casmus, is Ashes. We were acquainted with Jim Jar from the very beginning, and from very early on, he was what I would consider a friend. A bit of a confidant. We had a bit of an unspoken bond. For whatever reason, I took to him. And as a custom with my upbringing, when someone falls in the field of battle, you honor them in the best way that you can. So, while I couldn't feasibly transport his body, I took his earrings. Not to loot them, but as a sign of respect. And when we arrived in Blingenstone, originally, again, not the first time this time, but the first time, not going to go into it. I found a statue of Garl Glittergold that looked very similar to Jim Jar, with the exception of a mustache. So, as a sign of respect for my friend, to lay his soul to rest, being the least that I could do, I buried his earrings at the base of Garl Glittergold with 2 silver pieces as an offering. And shortly thereafter, that evening, I believe, I was visited in my dreams by Garl Glittergold himself, who again looked like Jim Jar with a mustache. Which is why I think Jim Jar is not telling us everything, but I digress. And
it is possible. Deities are known to sometimes take the form of mortal beings.
Well, whatever the case, he spoke to me as a friend, as Jim Jar would. And for one last time, at least then, I appreciated the time that I had with my friend. And when I awoke, I was blessed with the mustache that you see before you. Both, I think, as a blessing and some sort of joke. You know, Jim Jar is a bit of a jokester. But I think I wasn't upset by it. I appreciated the gift, and I understood in his own way what he was conveying.
You do so, we must say. Well, you do sport very well. It is rare to see drows with a facial hair, but you sport the mustache very well. I will give you that. As he literally stroked his own beard.
Thank you, Abdul.
That was a fascinating tale. As he looks your mustache over. It is real. I thought it was real gold. I didn't want to assume. I thought it might have been lacquered.
Yeah, no, I didn't choose this. But
intriguing.
As I said, it was a gift, and it has sentimental value to it.
Do you mind if I take notations on your tale?
I don't know if anyone will believe you, but Callan writes songs about everything, so you're more than welcome.
Cleric will proceed to pull out a small notebook. Jim Jar. How do you spell that?
I think the way it sounds.
G?
Nope.
Oh.
J-I-M.
I thought it was like GIF.
No.
Like the peanut butter GIF. I understand now.
Glad you made that distinction, because if you were talking about a GIF, we were about to excommunicate you from the party, Blurg.
It's a good thing I am already a part of the SoBs.
I think they would
We
Fine.
are quite
That
intelligent
pronunciation
group of
disgraceful.
people. We know how to pronounce things correctly. He's very intrigued by that.
It was a good story. I'd leave off the time part, but otherwise, yeah, it was a good story.
Lurg is not leaving off the time part.
Nope.
What about Yezebo, Fungi, and Abdul? What would you like to share along this journey, this trek? It doesn't have to be the same evening. It could be the next night or next morning or along the walks, perhaps as you're traveling. Entirely your call.
Fungi will start by just telling a little about his life before he met everybody here and sort of the little mushroom grove that he lived in originally and took care of. How it was not like the myconid ones, but he had all his little actual mushroom friends that he would talk to, and he knew throughout his whole life as he knows it now. But then we get into how first it started with little flashes of seeing something of a life he didn't know about, but seemed to have memories of. And then eventually they grew once they got to the top side, learning more about who he once was as a halfling that had a home and had a life that he still doesn't remember completely, but is curious to learn more about maybe someday. He doesn't know what he's going to do when all things are done, if he wants to go back to his grove, or does he want to learn more about who he was.
Do you know why you became what you are, if you were what you were before you are what you are now?
Not really. I mean, I think I kind of remember dying now, but I don't know what. One day I just kind of woke up and I was me. I knew what actually made it happen.
I have an inkling into the chance of what could. A suspicion is pervading the fair zest everywhere. We've all seen it. It's done different things.
Do you think if it's somebody else who passed and I left them there, they become like me? Think it'd work on anybody?
The fair zest, as I've seen it, rarely works the same way twice in the same spot, but sometimes that is what I am trying to figure out, how to utilize it, control it, though I think it's inherently chaotic. I don't think it would work the same way. It's not to say it cannot bring someone back.
Fungi will look at the pouch that has Casmus's dust in it. Guess it probably wouldn't work with this then, huh?
What is that?
Well, this is our older friend.
Leather.
No, not the back of the insides. What's left.
And looks around. I believe your friend was right. You might be good friends with Y if you would spend time with him.
Okay.
He also likes curiosities. And asks different sorts of questions. Though he is hard to understand at times. Sloopadoop also enjoys knickknacks.
So maybe when we're done, if you want, you can show you where my little grove is. Maybe I might show you more about how that stuff works.
Of
Maybe we could bring
course.
your friend Y too.
He is a hard one to pin down, but I am sure we could once all this is over. I wouldn't see why not. Anything from Yesbo or Abdul during the journey?
Isabel would talk about her shop and how much each item meant to her, and all the times she spent collecting all the items, and how she is looking forward to being safe at home.
What type of things in her shop would she talk about?
Oh, she has several specimens and jars and different books about magic and, you know, life of drows, and she has some books about the surface world, you know, because she knows what clouds are. What else does
Blurk
she
would
have?
nod along to that. Yes, clouds. And the sky. There are clouds down here in the Underdark as well, if you go deep enough.
Oh. And she'll start writing down, like, anything that interests her from his communication back and forth.
And Blurg is very learned. He's more about the nature of things and the not the actual stuff. He's definitely more about like the nature of the rocks and like why they are the way they are, not necessarily
Understanding. No.
yeah. He's not really like the history of the drow kind of thing, but definitely the magic and how that kind of stuff works, and like the definitely anything having to do with affairs us interests him, but anything having to do with any sort of like the fungal grove that fungi mentioned, or the different sort of magics, or different sort of natures he'd be interested in. Natural forms of magic for sure. Fair enough. Abdul, what would you like to share, since no one knows anything about Abdul?
What he'd share to show basically Polly's dwarven pride would be to the time that he, along with a handful of soldiers, held the line for around 2 days before some reinforcement came when the drow attacked Mitchell Hall. And as he recounts the story, you would definitely hear in his voice like deep pride in protecting his home, protecting his fellows.
Your audience is 3 drow and an orc.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this one time
But I mean,
a bunch of drow attacked our city.
he's not like directing directly at him. He's recounting the story.
I just think
That's
it's
great.
ironic.
No, that's
Yeah.
great.
It is ironic.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
recounting. He's not pointing at anyone.
I just think it's ironic because they all know like
That's exactly
none
why.
of them would be the people that would be
No.
the kind of people that would be attacking Mithril Hall, because 2 of them are allies of Brunner, kind of, and one of them is just someone who hates regular drow mostly. So it's just ironic that you're like, yeah, this one time
That's
this one time these drow were
Killed all
attacked.
these drow.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. That's hilarious. Fair enough. As time marches on, I'm going to give Weller inspiration for his recanting of Jim Jar's gift. That was
It's good.
a memory from a long time ago, for sure.
December 19th, 2024.
That's my birthday also, by the way.
I wasn't brown nosing, but
That was
I'll take it.
that was the birthday special.
I did not have written down.
I didn't know it happened on my birthday, but that makes sense that I, of course, would make Jim Jar give you a golden mustache on my birthday.
You were feeling generous.
That checks out. I didn't realize. Jeez Louise.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's say going to Blingden Stone would be not necessarily a homecoming for anyone, but you would see an eager, not a massive force of dwarves, but there would be an eager force of dwarves there. There would be the Bragendarth that were sent with Yezbo originally, about a dozen Bragendarth, as well as several Subverf Neblin, all of your original prisoners, escapees, those that didn't want to actually flee to the surface, which would be the majority of them, oddly enough. Jim Jar's there. Oh, maybe that's not oddly enough. Jim Jar's there, Topsy, Turvy, all of them. They're eager to see you, but not... You don't have those histories with them that you did in the previous timeline. But they are eager to assist, because you did save their lives. You helped them escape from what they would assume was certain death in the prison. Maybe Jim Jar wouldn't think it was certain death. He was definitely certain he was getting out of there. When you guys first met him, he was certain he was getting out of there to begin with. But the rest of them, not that Jim Jar's not thankful. I don't want to paint him as unthankful. He is. But they would be ready. They would be prepped. At least as much as they can be, without knowing what they're prepped for. They know there's a confrontation coming. They know there is demons. Even the artist formerly known as the Pudding King is present. Though he is living with the the were rats. But they're living in relative peace. Not quite as peaceful as it would be in your own time, because they didn't have that strife that they had to come to terms with. But Blingdenstone is fine. It's had more time to rebuild. It didn't go through any period of destruction with the Pudding Wars. No pudding gathering. There would still be some efforts in clearing parts of, or reclaiming other parts of Blingdenstone happening and occurring. But that's their own task. They're not going to bother you with that. Several of them are making efforts to do so. Which, previous timeline, some of you guys helped with that. We don't need to roleplay that whole thing. Not Ront. Ront was the other orc that actually stayed behind. But Blurg will stay behind in Blingdenstone, wishing you luck and to let him know what the plan is when you know what the plan is.
All right.
And Blingdenstone is it's not bustling, but it's busy. And it's ready for whatever is to come. Unless there's anything you want to do in Blingdenstone. I know it's just a kind of a stop-off along the way. Mostly to bring Blurg there. And also to get to see all the people that Ebdo brought along. There's a good number of dwarves and lizards and things like that. Riding lizards.
Yeah, I don't have anything I need to do in Blending, so
Fair enough. I guess I meant to ask, like, now that Abdul is with you, what is your travel order like now? How are you? Is Zach still sneaking ahead and
I'm
scouting?
still scouting. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still scouting.
Where's Abdul fitting in the picture?
Abdul Jabbar.
Or is Fungi still in the backpack?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. No, Abdul will probably be in the back, just so he can keep an eye on everyone, making sure they're safe.
So Abdul's
While they're traveling.
Abdul's in the rear?
Yep.
Does Fungi want to be behind Yezebo or in front of Yezebo? Because you guys are traveling.
I guess then I could try and stay more in the front-ish. I don't know if it can still try and look for things, be aware of things along the way. It's not scouting ahead, but still knowing the path.
And Weller is still being front, but still far behind Zach.
Yes.
Gotcha. Along this journey, this is a longer trek between civilizations. It's longer than it looks on the map. It's probably a good 15, 20 days. It's more arduous as well because it's less traveled. It's not between any real civilizations. It's between a tower in the middle, at the edge of the worm writhings. And so forging the path isn't something that is readily known super easily. So what I will ask is, who's navigating?
I guess from questions of navigator, I would say I'd probably do fungi.
Okay. Who is helming, keeping an eye out around the party?
That would be me scouting ahead and
So scouting ahead would be
Keeping an eye.
something different.
okay. Maybe Abdul, because
Yeah, I was
he's in the
gonna say,
back. So he's
Abdul
watching the
would
party.
keep an eye out.
Abdul's keeping an eye out around the party. Okay. Zach will be scouting ahead. Jezebel Weller. I'm going to leave your roles open-ended. What are you two doing along this travel? I don't think, not super detailed.
I think Weller would just be maybe looking for anything that Zach might miss, scouting ahead, being a little bit obviously slower, sticking a little bit more with the party, paying a little bit more attention to the road, kind of the path directly in front of them. Probably, I think, coming from a place of feeling like Zach is a bit young and arrogant and
Okay.
maybe not as careful as he should be.
Fair enough.
It's a fair assessment.
And what about Jezebel?
Jezebel is sightseeing. She's seeing all the rocks and all the cool minerals and taking notes in her journal for future research
Okay.
of like just things she sees that are interesting.
Fair enough. So, one guy, this is going to be a survival check. Zach, this is going to be a perception check. You already know you're great at that. Both of you guys, great skills for you. Abdul, this is going to be an insight check. Weller, I'm going to say, I know it's not your strong suit, but I'm going to say investigation check.
Okay.
And Jezebel, give me a nature check.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
I'll take 10.
Nothing is any of our strong suits, apparently.
yeah. I'm wondering, like, is critical fail? Like, is it worth it to try and throw things on top of that to try and boost it?
I'd say if you take into account the numbers the other players rolled. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No.
we got lackadaisy on this trip.
Yeah, you guys are too confident. Like, yeah, we own the Underdark. Like, just strutting your stuff. Maybe you're all sightseeing. Like, oh, that's a rock. We know rocks. Huh. That's a rock. Oh, mushroom. Seen that. Done that. Oh, look at that. Little lizard. Yeah, very much sightseeing. Like that's a great way to put it, Yezebel. I feel like it's probably what everyone's doing. You might notice occasionally little cracks of Berzes. It's not uncommon to see as you're traveling through, seeing glowing bioluminescent mushrooms clinging to walls. Maybe little areas of small grottos. Caverns, maybe not narrow, but not necessarily wide either. Ledges here and there. You can't quite see all of them. Fairly confident that there's nothing too terrible around. Yeah. And then for a brief moment, you would all hear, actually probably not Zach, because Zach, you would be further ahead. Weller, Fungi, and Yezbo, this voice would be familiar to you. Ebdul, it would not. Zach, you might barely hear a voice, but it's not recognizable to you, and it's distant. It sounds like a female drow. I gave you, I believe, the 6 chances to right the wrongs, to let me go. 6 chances. I have brought 6 ends. Nothing in the cavern looks off. Look around. And then you would start to see these cracks appear along the ground as lights start to emerge. There's us creeping out ever so lightly. Lurking from above a ledge right above Weller is this massive 4-armed, dark, gray-skinned creature covered in pure white fur, at least kind of on its backside, just kind of draped backwards, leering over at you with an elongated, almost humanoid face. There's something almost arachnid about it, almost humanoid about it, but there's definitely something not normal about it. Maybe a good 15 feet above you, Weller. Looking right down upon you. I want to bring you guys to a map.
Because it looks pretty.
Exactly.
The map will look pretty. Yes. And don't forget, folks, if you like maps like these, go check them out at the Patreon. Patreon.com/DungeonMister. You can get this map right now. The monster is not included. That's right there. It looks something like this.
Oh god.
Like badass.
That's probably my favorite picture of them too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't have the actual full picture, but I can easily find it in 2 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite picture of them. I'll go ahead and show you that picture. And everyone, please roll initiative.
I mean, do we really need to? You know, we're just
You don't.
passing
You don't
through.
have to. I mean, they've already rolled. It looks like this. That's a better image.
That's terrifying.
You know, that's how I imagine the rest of the body would look based on that face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. You said 4 arms, but yet somehow that's not what I pictured.
2 small arms
Four.
and
Yeah.
2 really big arms. I forgot how big the 2 big arms were.
I got a 15, but it didn't feed it into the tracker.
Well, that's fair, because we are also going to end there tonight. So, stay tuned, folks. We'll find out how this goes next time, as there's one yokel who they definitely did piss off, and definitely wants some sweet, sweet revenge. And has brought company this time.
That's
6
going to be good.
deaths, I think she said, or 6 chances. We'll see what that means. Surely it can't be that bad. But we'll find out what it all means when we next time on. Hey, Zach rolled really good initiative.
Yeah, am I still hidden?
No, we can see yours.
No,
23.
No.
I'm gonna say nah, not in this moment. Just because the general feeling of the vibe that everyone rolled. It was a group effort, and the group
Yeah, I get that.
didn't do great. But we'll find out how that goes next time, as surely there's nothing around the corner that you know, there's not more things on the map than just this one guy. We'll see you next time, folks. Good night, Internet.
Night Twitch.
Night, Internet.
Hi, everybody.